company is phasing out production of one of its Osprey model aircraft and preparing for future defense cuts.
You know, losing a loved one is hard enough, but what if their body ends up where you never expected? The Fort Worth Cemetery is the final resting place for thousands of North Texans, and tonight one man is disturbed by the location where his wife ended up. Byron Harris is here with the News 8 investigation. Byron?
Well, John and Gloria, you pay your money and then you die. That, in the simplest terms, is what happens in a cemetery. It's up to the people who survive you and the cemetery to make sure your expectations are met. Does dignity end at a tombstone or extend underground? News 8 investigates.
You're 50 feet underground at Greenwood Cemetery in Fort Worth. There is space for 9,000 coffins down here, and Craig Robinson is trying to find his wife.
But there's no numbers and no identifying marks.
Other than the name tag that we put on the casket when we put it in.
This tomb is below Greenwood's mausoleum. Each solid cubicle holds at least one casket. Valerie Robinson, a well-known child psychiatrist from Lubbock, is one of them. Last fall, she died quickly after a long battle with cancer. Her husband, Craig, paid for her casket and then decided at additional expense to place her at Greenwood Cemetery Mausoleum in Fort Worth, where both of their families were buried. His contract shows the cost was $3,500.
They told me that there would be a plaque with her name, date of birth, date of death, in a hallway, which there is. It's about the size of a 5x7 or a little bit larger card.
Her body would not be placed there, but below. A flyer given to him by Greenwood indicates the plaque was on one level, the crypt was in the tomb below. He says it was weeks later that he realized that. Greenwood allowed Robinson to record his search for his wife with a smartphone. 2 Greenwood employees accompanied him. The tomb contains stack upon stack of caskets in unmarked slots. The slots faced with concrete have caskets inside. Only the cemetery knew where everyone was.
When you're coming in and you're looking for a grave, if you can find my wife's, you have to just basically point and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Now, here's the map right here that tells us where the location is.
Okay, what are those? Are they numbers or?
Yes, numbers and the aisles.
He would be allowed to see it only by calling ahead. What alarmed him was that the cemetery wouldn't allow any slot to be marked.
And the more I ruminated on it and thought about it, I was disturbed that basically I felt like I had put my wife in a pauper's grave. It boggled my mind that there could be thousands of people warehoused without any identifying marks, numbers, names, or anything identifying their crypts.
What you need to do is upgrade the stuff and get her a facsimile and stuff, where you can put her name on the marble and you can place flowers and stuff.
Greenwood CEO Arlie Davenport says the 2 employees who took Robinson into the crypts had never tried to find a specific crypt before, but that the cemetery knows where every coffin is. He says every buyer is briefed on the system, but that Robinson wasn't because he bought the crypt from Lubbock.
I wish that our protocol had been better, and rather than our housekeeper here and a brand new person who'd never been downstairs, I wish we'd had someone go with them like myself.
Davenport says Greenwood's system is unique in the United States. He says it allows the cemetery to spend money on decor above ground while saving money on storage.
How would that compare to a crypt in another mausoleum, like, say, Westland or...
Well, because our facilities are so nice, we're less expensive, actually. And we're not inexpensive.
Greenwood allowed Robinson to upgrade his wife to another crypt in the mausoleum upstairs at a price of about $5,000 more. Instead of charging him $2,400 to move Valerie's casket, Greenwood gave him a discount to $1,300.
The least expensive of these crypts is on the top level. That's the prime location and A-level.
Prices vary depending on where a casket is located and how it is situated.
Like in real estate, this is all about location and location, location.
Greenwood is classified as a nonprofit business with the IRS. It is unique in Texas, Davenport says. CEO Davenport made $432,000 in the most recent tax year available. The president, John Stevenson, makes $243,000 a year. 6 other executives make at least $125,000 a year. The mausoleum has fountains and a roll-away roof for sunny days, something that the competition does not have.
How much cheaper is this product than that product?
Well, it's hard to compare when you've got all this.
I would equate it almost to like buying a car. You expect them to say, well, undercoating is going to cost you this.
What Robinson learned from this is that proper burial is in the eye of the beholder. Greenwood says it did everything right, but it will never again sell a crypt to a customer who hasn't seen it. Byron Harris, Channel 8 News.
Next at 10, raindrops mixed with tears tonight, 6 months after